to the SCURDARIA Showdown in Ground Effect Racing League. Now this car is going to be one of the most important cars here today. You're going to be watching out for this one. This colour is the battle of our gladiators today. The SCURDARIA soldiers are going to be battling in this machine. GRL Atom versus the Jammy of the Jam Makers, battling in this SCURDARIA SF25 today. The number 13 Ferrari versus the number 99 Ferrari. And these two have had a titanic battle all season long, with notable incidents when they battled in Kota and when they battled in Austria as well in the sprint race weekend there, and in other races that are of to note as well, like in Australia when Jammy was in Red Bull but then he moved to Ferrari. So D3 comes to an end today with Jammy and Atom separated by how many points? I'll find out for you in due course. So there's D3 driver standings. Here we go. So GRL Atom ahead of his teammate by, what's that, 9 points. Then also keep an eye out for Nanu, because he could, very unlikely, but he could win this championship today as well. Nanu in the Mercedes. If he wins the race today and gets fastest lap and both Ferraris don't finish, the man in third, the 54 Mercedes of Nanu, will win the championship. But also other drivers to know as well is the man in fourth place in the championship, Raza Gamer, who's won the most races in this championship season with 3 races, won 2 of them in succession in China and the Dutch Grand Prix, as well as the Las Vegas Grand Prix where Jammy lost some important points for today. But 9 points. If Jammy gets ahead of Atom by, I think that's 4 places, he will take the championship from Atom. Thinking of Atom not scoring. So yeah, Ground Effect Racing League and this very car right here in Division 3 are going to be the main focus today. But also keep an eye out for this car. That it doesn't have the number 63 on it, but it does have the number 54 on it, and that'll be what Nanu is racing with today. The German, who could also take the championship here for the Brackley based outfit if he gets enough points, but that won't be the that's not going to be the main focus for today, as the Ferrari battle is the main focus for tonight. So who's going to win it? Well, Atom's been ahead in the championship for a long time, especially after his win in the Singapore Grand Prix, the race before I started commentating in this league. But yeah, it's going to be very good. Obviously, Kota, that was probably one of the closest we've seen the Ferrari pair be when they exited turn 1 side by side for fourth and fifth on the track at the time. But also in Austria, when they were in all that chaos, they were side by side, nearly over the line, and Atom was able to get ahead of Jammy. But Jammy, he could take the championship. He's got enough consistency, but he just needs to be a bit more punchy, take more opportunities that come to him. He did pull off a cracking strategy in Abu Dhabi to take the podium in that perspective race. But also AJ Nolan, I think we should watch out for him next season or the season afterwards, because he's had a lot to learn from this season, and I reckon he should be able to learn from it. So keep an eye out for him, maybe next season, but also the season after that, if he's staying. So, but yeah, keep an eye out on this car today in the Brazilian Grand Prix at the Sao Paulo track in Sao Paulo. Oh no, I've gone the wrong way. Oh, there's the invite to the server by the championship leader, who's also the host of Ground Effect Racing League. But yeah, this has really shook the ground and left its mark and left its effect on me as a commentator, but also league racing in general. This has been one of the most clean and organised title fights there has probably ever been in sim racing. at least of F125 terms, from what I've seen. But yeah, this has been a very close championship, and I'm very, very excited to commentate on it today. I need to share the stream. Who's DMing me? That is Atom. So, here we go. I have confirmation. So, if Jammy wins, Atom only needs to finish in second to win the championship. But if Jammy finishes second, then Atom needs to finish in 5th or higher to take the championship. If Jammy finishes third, then Atom only needs to clinch 9th to take the title. But if Jammy finishes 4th, Atom needs at least P12 to win on countback for tonight. So yeah, that is going to be... So Jammy pretty much only needs the top 4 places, and he needs to hope that something happens to Atom to take him out of championship contention. So yeah. All good, right? I'm just gonna get the Twitch stream and sort the admin stuff out, and I'll be back momentarily. I should go and spectator, because I've done that too many times this season. I've joined as a car by accident, either by joining late or by just not hitting the spectator button, because for some reason, if you don't hit that, you'll join the race as a late entry. Pardon me. So. No retro racing, and no, unfortunately not. Hello, Freedom. I don't know if stream can hear, but hello. Hello. Just Sarah. Yeah, not too bad. So about yourself? Okay. I mean, you. I mean, Freedom, you said you were gonna win in Abu Dhabi, but that never came to fruition, unfortunately, for you. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. 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 Wasn't told it in the Twitch chat. No, that isn't retro racing today, unfortunately. It said it's Ground Effect Racing Leagues, the SCURDARIA Showdown, the title fights. Rah. Should have put the Sao Paulo SCURDARIA Showdown. Oh well. What does knock mean? You cannot call to join your own stream. Oh, you can knock to join people's stream. I never knew you could do that. Okay. So does that mean people could do that to me then? People can knock on my stream and I can have them on to interview? Because if so, that would be revolutionary. But anyway. Yep. Wait, you say Q-tip? Oh, you said cute. Alright. Nice. Good. Oh no, I pressed X. Right. So, any predictions in chat or in Discord? Keep hearing something. Keep thinking it's the wind, and then it's like, oh no, it's just someone breathing down their microphone. Lovely. That really refreshed my ears. Thanks. No one. I don't know. The Simpsons movie is getting a sequel. That is beautiful. But if it's not as good as the first one, then I'll be absolutely crying in the shower. Gonna share this round. Right, I've shared the stream round to pretty much everyone apart from these guys, which I'm going to do that to now. I normally wouldn't share the stream to this many people, but because it's the finale, then cause why not? The shit died. Yeah, there's a league called SBRL that was meant to be running, but it's just kind of been abandoned. It's a bit sad. Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. I just remembered I could send it to my Drato group. Right. Ow! My collarbone wants to fall off today. Right. Do I make a highlight reel of this race? Probably. Maybe not though, because my editor's a wank bot. Oh, I've just swore Streamlabs. I'll just edit that out in the video. Oh, I've got a chat from Toland specifically. This could only be... Why is it from Toland specifically? Not supported on the web. Okay, so he sent me a chat that I can't even see. Good. I'm gonna go Twitch, send it there, gonna go Twitch, and send it there. Gonna go Twitch and send it in there. Feel free to go have a cup of tea while we wait for the race to start, because, oh, voice chat suspended, yep. It looks like we're readying up for Ground Effect Racing League. Okay, we're going in. Here we go. The finale for Ground Effect Racing League shall commence. By the time we get out of this, onto this screen again, by the end of the race, we will have a champion crowned and a thoroughly entertaining race, and a thoroughly entertaining end to a championship. Keep an eye on the Scuderia red Ferrari cars, because Atom and Jammy, both in those Scuderia red cars, are both battling for this championship like it's the Battle of Hastings. So, hello, has a chill 67. Still don't know what that means from Retro Racing the other day. Well, we are here for Brazil, the Scuderia Showdown here in Sao Paulo. And we're here in qualifying. Very peaceful. Take this moment of silence while you can, because it's about to get very loud. Very wild. And, thoroughly entertaining. Hello everyone who's joining the stream. Welcome to Ground Effect Racing League's 3rd division, and it's the season finale, so keep an eye out on the Ferrari cards, because if, depending on where they finish, they will be the champion of Division 3 this season. So yeah, this is the qualifying session. We'll have the race in about 18 minutes time, just under that now. And yeah, it's gonna be good to watch, so I'd recommend sticking around. So yeah. Oh good. No one's going out yet, it looks. Oh no, there are people out. I've just been too distracted to find out. So we got Lloyd, Elite Bleeder, both on outlaps at the moment. They're the first ones on track in the last qualifying session of D3 for this season. As Lloyd as well, he's won 2 races as well this season, so he's the second most winningest driver on the grid today. So yeah, keep an eye out for him as well. He might be very competitive. Also, Elite Bleeder as well will be able to make something of this race, I reckon, as well. Liam Mack and will be able to do something as well. There's a yellow flag already. I should put the track map up, shouldn't I? There's a yellow flag just before the Jinsao corner. Here he is then, the championship leader, the man who can win it all today. But the man who can stop him is about a corner ahead of him at the moment. He's currently in 16th, Jammy. Here he is. This is the man you need to be watching for to take the championship. He is second in the order in the standings today, coming into this race. But will he be second by the end of it? Or will he be first? Or will Nanu come in the Mercedes? He's not on track yet, so we'll just ignore him for now. Will he be able to steal the show? Who knows? But we're going to have a look at Lloyd, who's currently on a... No, we're going to have a look at Elite Bleeder, who's currently on a lap and closer to the end of his lap. He comes through the horseshoe section, and he's just got out of that corner nice and sturdily. So Williams off, I think, just warming his tyres up. Look, he's off at Jinsao there. That might be a bit distracting as he comes down the hill towards Jinsao. There's a ghosting glitch there. I think someone just appeared on the track for no reason there for a split second, but Elite Bleeder is going to set the first benchmark time. He goes purple in Sector 2 because he's the only one who's gone through Sector 2 for the moment. So the only time through Sector 2 is the fastest one, obviously. And then over the line, 107.9. That's a pretty quick lap. That's faster than laps that I can do in this game. Yeah, we have Lloyd coming in behind. He's going to come in. And what time is he going to set? It's P2, a 16.2. It looks like he backed off. A 108 is dead for Elite Bleeder, for Liam Mack. He goes behind the hat of Elite Bleeder into second place. GRL Atom is out of the final corner though, and the Ferrari, his teammate's going to go over the line in front of him and take pole position. Does he keep it though? Watch for Atom in the background. There he is in the top of the screen, and he goes second, 4 tenths off of Jammy's time. That could be crucial. If Jammy's one lap pace is that good, he'll have track position in Star 1. And Emon McCookin, who was McCookining Makota, wow, that's new, who was cooking in Kota, is now cooking here in Brazil, and he splits the 2 championship Ferraris, and Razza's back in action as well, as he goes up into P2, about a 10th behind Jammy, who's on pole. Atom down to 4th in this qualifying section. We have, who else is coming over the line? I think we have the other Williams of Freedom, who's gone off at the moment. I think Lloyd, who's on another lap, is going over the line. He's 5 seconds up on his lap, but he doesn't go anywhere higher in the order. And in fact, is he going to get pushed down the order? Let's have a look. Something just happened there, and that was more Leader and Romlawn and Powered One all setting times at the same time, pushing Lloyd down to 10th. As Powered Swan, I think, is that his debut for today? I'm not too sure, but we have Romlawn in 7th. We have the Aston Martin there, just behind on a lap. That will be Thomas, who's had some very good highlights in this championship season, notably Austria when he was battling the other Aston Martin of Turbo Chris, who doesn't seem to be here tonight, which is a shame, because he's Turbo Chris himself. He's also been established himself as one of the last late breakers, but we have one of the 2016 tribute livery Hasses on the grid today. AJ Nolan goes back to 3rd. Great to see him up the order today. As here we go, over the line for the old school Haas. He goes up to 6th ahead of his teammate. That's going to be good for Nice Owl. And oh, he spins out turn 1. He spins through turn 1. That's a beautiful little pirouette there. That would win a lot of points in the Stunt Car Championship or the Formula Drift Championship. But here in F1, doesn't do him too many favours, although it might warm his tyres up. We have AJ Nolan. Now, AJ Nolan, he's had a bit of a reputation this season for making mistakes and having big offs that have punished him really badly, but in a way, I feel like he has a lot to learn from this season. As long as he can translate that learning curve into next season, I reckon he's going to be a force to be reckoned with next season. So keep an eye out for him, because all he needs to work on is his consistency, and he could be one of the most abominable forces in Ground Effect Racing League. So keep an eye out for AJ Nolan next season, or even the season after, depending on how long he's going to be staying in this league. But we have yellow flags at turn 1. Not too sure why. I think that's because AJ Nolan's run out of fuel. We have Lloyd, that's 12. We have Liam Mack, I think is just at a time now, which is new. We have Night Owl, not on a lap. We have AJ Nolan, not on a lap. No one is on a lap at the moment. Oh, someone is on a lap. Nanu goes up to 4th, gets ahead of Atom. Crucial. Although Nanu looks like he's lost some pace, or he's lost out in terms of results compared to Jamie in terms of pace, but he has capitalised on Jamie's misfortune in races like Las Vegas and other ones that I'm struggling to remember right now. Australia as well, that's another one. Well, we have, who else is here? Jay Slynn isn't here, that's a shame. We have Bourbon Boy, what a name, who's going bamboozling over the line to start a new lap that will hopefully be valid by the end of it. We have more leader, 84 thousandths off of his fastest time, which sits him in 12th at the moment. He's currently 200ths of a second behind Powered One in the Mercedes, as you can see on the leaderboard, and he's also only 400ths away from Rom Lawn, which again very close in this league. And also Rom Lawn is currently what, just over a 10th away from Liam Mack. Elite Bleeder is currently about half a tenth away from his teammate. More Leader goes nowhere, goes 3 thousandths quicker than his previous time. As Liam Mack comes over, no, he doesn't go over the line. Razor Gamer's going to go over the line. Does he improve? No, he doesn't, I don't think. Well, he improves, but he doesn't go higher. And he's currently 200ths ahead of Eamon McCucken, which is absolutely vital for him. We have, I think, Freedom just at a time, although he's not gone faster than his teammate, and he's actually looking like he's going to rush around for another lap here. We have Lloyd, we have one of the Aston Martins, we have one of the McLarens going over the line. He's on an outlap. We have one of the Ferraris. Here we go. Is that the Ferrari of Atom? It is, and he is on an outlap. So this lap is just a prep lap, and we'll come back to him shortly. There's no one else actually on a lap, is there? There's Williams going off. I think that's Freedom potentially, or maybe Lloyd getting out people's way. Very good etiquette. As we have, yeah, no one else on a lap, it looks like. So I think it's appropriate to go on board with the championship leader on his lap. He's doing he's coming through now. He's on a 108 dead at the moment. He's currently about 700ths of a second off of AJ Nolan's time. There's a Williams going slowly after running out of fuel. Purple in sector 1, according to the map anyway, of Atom. I didn't quite get his sector 1 time. Razor Gamer gets pole position. He's 2 tenths ahead of Jamie, and again, Razor Gamer, what a driver he's been today in this season. Another sign of his incredible pace. I don't know how he's still 4th in the standings and not able to challenge for the championship today. I think it's just because he's missed a couple races, but if he didn't miss those races, he would probably have won the championship by now with the amount of pace and amount of potential he's shown. 3 tenths up on his time though is Atom. That will put him up to about 3rd or 2nd, I think. So it could be very close between him and Jamie. Here we go then, GRL Atom, your championship leader. He could win the championship today, and he doesn't go ahead of his championship rival. Atom behind Jamie on the grid provisionally. Razor on provisional pole. It's a Ferrari engined front 3, as Razor Gamer in the Sauber that uses a Ferrari engine as a customer. And Elite Bleeder by just over 8 thousandths of a second gets ahead of Jamie and puts the peanut butter on the jam sandwich on that one. What a lap by the Haas to get ahead of the factory Ferrari cars. Incredible. So both factory Ferrari cars being beaten by the customer counterparts. I think Jamie is on a lap as well, so we'll watch him and see if he can nab that pole position back from Razor Gamer. He's currently just down on his lap for now, and it looked like he's struggled in the exit there. I don't know if this will be the lap for him. He's powering towards the line, depending on how good his straight line speed is. Is it going to be a lap that will count? Again, cars appearing on track for a split second there. He doesn't improve on his lap. He loses out by 200ths of a second. That is a shame. Meanwhile, is that Nanu Star behind? Yes, it is. He's currently on a lap. We'll watch him as we go round. So this is the mid-runs for qualifying, which can be important, but they aren't the most important in qualifying. That comes in the last, what, 4 minutes, I'd reckon? 3 minutes, maybe 2. As we go through, we have just over 6 minutes of qualifying left. We have one of the Ferraris going off. That is, not too sure. Emon McCookin gets onto pole position ahead of Raza Gamer by 300ths of a second. It's a Honda pole position. It's Tomos in third, who's currently just under a tenth behind Raza Gamer. Incredible. As there's a Williams off in there. That's Freedom, isn't it? Freedom's off. No, he's not. Who's off? There's an Alpine off. It's Surachak. He's trying to get out of people's way. That is such a scary position for him to be in. And he's currently got one of the Aston Martins coming behind him. He has to accelerate a bit. Did he just get in his way? I'm not too sure, but that is very scary stuff. There's one of the V-cars going wide, letting people through. Good etiquette. As we have one of the Ferraris going on a lap then. We have the Mercedes behind that, not improving. We have Atom, purple in Sector 2, but he's a 10th down on his Delta. Probably because of his Sector 1 time, so can Atom maybe get ahead? Probably not. But we'll see as he powers to the line, he dives for the pits and it bolts the lap. As meanwhile we have Jammy, 2/10 down this lap and invalidated. We have Nanu, not invalidated, but not far off his time for the moment, so we could potentially claw that time back. But Tomos being the brute of the force at the moment, and there's a car wide, there's a car round, shall I say. That's Jammy. Jammy has slipped over like a wobbly jelly and has spun his car at the Ferragiro, if I'm not mistaken. But here we go into the something de Patio. That's what that corner's called, something de Patio. As the purple Sector 2 for Nanu Star. Can Nanu Star be the star of the hour here? He's going to come through in Esteban Ocon's helmet and not take the fastest time. Oh, it's actually not an Esteban Ocon helmet, it's a custom helmet. But we have Jammy coming into the pits as well. They're all getting ready for their final runs. Out goes, was that? No, I thought I saw GRL Atom going out. I was wrong. We have more Leader, who's actually been really consistent as a midfield driver today. He's been a bit of a Sergio Perez back in his Force India days. Really been up there when it counts, but also sometimes suffered from performance issues in the campaign this division season. We have Liam Mack currently on a... Is he on a lap? I think he is, yeah. He's powering towards the line. Is he going to be able to take his Sauber anywhere near to where Raza Gamer was able to put his Sauber? He's going to come over the line here. Looks like maybe a 107. He goes faster, but... No, he does go faster, but he doesn't improve his position. He goes closer to AJ Nolan, who's somehow 13th despite being third earlier. That's how quick the order changes in this league. It's frantic. But we have one of the Hasses on a lap at the moment. This Hass is the livery done in Canada this year for the 200 race of Hass. And yeah, no, it's a beautiful livery. I love that 2018 livery for Hass. It was certainly a piece of art, and it's kind of nostalgic to me in a way, because I don't know, I have a weird superstition about 2018. I don't know why. I just remember that season like the back of my hand. Same as 2017, 2016. They were like the first 3 years I started watching F1 properly and like consistently. Well, yeah, one of the Aston Martins on a lap. You can see as he goes flying by there. Oh no, he's not on a lap. He backed off. That is that is the Bourbon boy. What a name! As Night Owl. He's starting a lap, but he's actually going really slow for a lap. I reckon he's going to have to... I don't think this will be a very fast lap, as he's still warming his tyres. Not too sure what's going on there. We have Liam Mack, not on a lap. We have Raza Gamer on an out lap. He's actually going to start the lap, although it looks like he's backing off. He's 3/10 up at the moment. Not too sure what's happened here. Just looked like he was going very slowly, that's all. Anyway, we have Night Owl on a lap, and he's just nearly put the car in the wall there. Looking a bit slidey. What we had through with him, I'm going to get the Brazil corner names up so I can tell you them. But yeah, we head through and he's backed off on his lap. That's such a shame for the Haas driver in one of the best deliveries on the grid for today. We have the two Ferraris going out on laps. Keep an eye out. We're going to go on board with Jammy here. Here we go. Can the championship leader go up to the lead of the finale here? Who's on one? Oh, he gets a bit skittish over that curb. The pressure builds in Atom, so does the rev, so does the car. It builds up to over 1100 horsepower in that Ferrari car, hurling him towards turn 4. The Skeeter de Largo, Liam Mack retires from the session. Atom looks like he's going to make his tyres tired. And as he backed off, he's backed off. He's going to go again. That is such a shame for GRL Atom. He's going to have to go one more time. That means, oh, there's a AlphaTauri behind him trying to get through. I think that might be AJ Nolan. Here's Jammy then. He's going to try and go for a lap. I think Nanu Star's on a lap. Yeah, he is. Nanu Star in the Mercedes, the man who's third in the championship. I think, did someone just rest? I think Morlida just improved on his lap. He did. As we head through round as Suracek gets a 1:34.7 watt lap. As we have on the Aston Martins getting out of the way of the fast moving Nanu Star. Can Nanu Star be the star of the hour and take a beautiful result? He's just behind the two Ferraris. That order of 5th, 6th and 7th. I was about to say it looks like the same as the championship order, but it doesn't because Jammy and Atom are the wrong way around. But here comes Nanu Star then. Can he take pole position here for the finale? Over the line he goes. He does. He takes pole position by a storming about just over 0.2 of a second. Or just under 0.2 of a second, should I say. As Atom's all out, we have Jammy here going for a lap. We have one of the Haas is going wide. That's Night Owl going a bit off-piste. We have Emil McCookin now. He's binned it out of the Ferragura corner. That is a shame for him. But we head through. Can Jammy take pole position away from the Mercedes and Nanu Star? He can't. He's lost out and it's too late to improve. Morlida doesn't improve either. GRL Atom currently up on his lap, not by much but by a little bit. He's currently 10th. That would be disaster for the championship leader, the man who can win the championship today. Currently 10th. He needs to improve by more than what he's doing. He's only 500ths off on his lap, and yeah, that might change a bit, but not a lot. I don't think he'll be able to catch up to Jammy with this lap. But unless he can change that as he heads over the line, I think someone just went up the order. Atom goes up the order, but goes behind his teammate with exactly the same time as his teammates. Oh my lord. The two Ferraris in the same car, in the same kind of position of being able to win the championship today, and finish qualifying with exactly the same time down to the 1,000th of a second. I told you this finale would be great, and it is already great by the end of qualifying. These Ferraris, thank God we're separating them on points, because if we separated them on just 2 time trial laps, as you just seen there, they can't be separated. They're exactly the same time. That is incredible. The top 4 cars are all separated by under 1/10 of a second. Absolutely incredible. Tom was in second. What a lap to get 300ths, within 300ths of the pole time. We have 600 separated in the top 3, 800 separated in the top 4. And then we have nothing separating the 2 Ferrari cars who are battling for the championship today. Holy moly on my nan's spaghetti bolognese. That is a frantic qualifying for what could be a frantic race. Absolutely mental. We head then into the race, and this could change everything. Also, when I said about that corner that was named Debato, it's called the Pico Debato with a B. Pico Debato. So yeah, here we go then. We're waiting for the race to start here in GroundEffect Racing League, and holy moly, this could be a revolutionary race. I have to say, big shout out to GroundEffect Racing League, as this season's been one of the best to commentate on. I must say so myself. It's always been there and thereabouts, just being there to entertain on my Monday nights. So yeah, thank you all very much for GroundEffect Racing League this season. It's been a pleasure, and for one more time we shall ride around here 8 o'clock, just 8:30 here in British Standard Time. We're here at Brazil on F125 in the 3rd division of Ground Effect Racing League. As Chow Max in the chat, the Green Army F2 champion, watching along as well. Has a chill as well. I think he might be involved as well in watching. I'm not too sure who else is watching. I can't really see them unless they put in chats. But anyway, we head then into the race. Anyone got any predictions in chat? Who's going to win out of the two Ferraris? Atom, who's currently leading the championship, or Jammy, who's 9 points behind? Or is Nanustan the Mercedes, who's 26 points behind the championship leader Atom? Can he pull off a miracle? I don't know. I don't know what to expect in this race. As Max put in something in Spanish, which I definitely understand not. As Max referenced in Chicken Nugget Corner, where he made a stunning move on the outside of myself in Grand Formula Racing League, way back when in F124 in Imola. So I don't know if any drivers here are going to pull a move like that off. But yeah, the reason why we call it Chicken Nugget Corner is because he flung around the outside of me while eating a chicken nugget, because he plays on controller. So yeah, as Max saying, it was Italian, not Spanish. I am terrible with languages. How am I going to tell the difference? Anyway, speaking of Italian, we have two Italian cars here ready to fight out here in the championship. 5 lights on. The finale is underway here in Ground Effect Racing League. And the Mercedes gets away well, the Ferraris swapping places, Razagamer gets away well, but we have the Mercedes ahead of Thomas, who's ghosted. Lots of people ghosted, actually, that's very notable. So we head out of turn 2, and there's chaos at the back, one of the Alpines round. And is that one of the Aston Martins as well, is dropping down the order. Absolute carnage. But we head to the Ferraris then, who are battling at the moment. Jammy losing places, he started ahead of Atom, but he's now gone behind Raza at the start. That is not the start that Jammy would have needed, and he's now being caught by the old school liveried Hash, who's just behind him and looking to give him a hard time. Meanwhile, we have on board with the number 11 of AJ Nolan, who's also one of the fan favourites here in this league, with Power Twan going all the way round the outside of AJ Nolan, and as they go into the big Gordabato, they head out of that corner and down into Jun's cell. As we head up the order then, what's going to happen is they head down the straight. Nanu leading Thomas, who leads Elite Bleeder, who's having one of the best, who's currently running in one of the best highest placing positions he's ever been in from what I've seen. Nanu sets the fastest lap as he's the leader. And we have battling in the back with Nanu's teammate, who's currently battling with AJ Nolan for the last spot on the podium, the last spot on the points paying positions. AJ Nolan winning that battle for now. We have, I think there's battling as well. The Mercedes could get swallowed up here by the Williams, who goes into turn 4. The Williams pair just behind the Mercedes of Power Swamp. Meanwhile, everyone's behind Nanustan, the other Mercedes. We have the Alpine here, Ball Leader, looking to catch up to Night Owl in the old school Haas livery. We have Razagamer looking to razz past Atom in a way that he's done on so many people this season. He's been like a Juan Pablo Montoya this season. He's always been there, nabbing results out of drivers and really disrupting the championship, similar to Tomoz in Austria, who back in Alpine really disrupted Turbo Chris's race to try and take the win off him he did take the win off him in the end of the race, but he did take it off him in the sprint. But we have Emo McCookin, who's looking to cook his way past the Haas. We have side by side for the lead, not going to change positions though. We have the nearly side by side for 3rd place, not going to change positions again. Nearly side by side for 5th, again, nothing changing. Absolute carnage as they head onto this straight. We have the helicopter view, which I'm going to remove the graphics for because it looks too good. And we have the Ferrari just catching up to the V-Carb Racing Bull Toro Rosso, the team of many names that head up the hill with the Ferrari trying to catch up to the Haas. He's also trying to catch up, trying to pull away from Razagamer, who's looking very punchy in that car. And there's a Sauber off. That is one of the Sauber, that is Liam Mack, the teammates of Razagamer, who's gone off at Ferradura. That is not what he wants to be doing on this race, I'll tell you that for free. As as Liam Mack heads around the Pico de Bato, out of Jun Sao goes Nanu, and he currently heads down the I would say the name of turn 15, but I'm not gonna, because I'm not fluent in Brazilian, and that is too much of a mouthful to say. Tomos takes the lead ahead of Nanu Star. Sorry, I covered that late, but Nanu Star gets overtaken by Tomos, but Tomos looks like he's not going to win that battle very easily, as Nanu looks like he's going to come down the Retro Poster and hand Tomos a ticket to second place. Is Tomos going to accept it? No, he's not. Not without a fight, he's not. He's going to hold the lead from the Mercedes, who's kicking up debris all over the curb. And can Nanu Star needs to win and get the fastest lap, remember. And I think Tomos nabbed that on the last lap. So Nanu, if he wants to somehow upset the Ferrari train today, he could do, but he needs to get ahead of Tomos and set the fastest lap and then stay in the lead for the entire race, the entire 32 laps left of this race. Well, I think there's battling in the background with one of the Haas's, or they just... Nope, it was just the camera. You have coming up the hill then. Also, Nanu looks like he's lost a bit of time to Elite Bleeder here. Looks like Elite Bleeder could maybe pounce on the Haas here, on the Mercedes, shall I say. The Mercedes, the Haas, the Aston, 3 wide heading into turn 1. What's going to happen here? Into the Center S. And the Aston loses 2 places and 1 corner. The Ferrari getting involved as well. GRL Atom, the championship leader, ahead of the V-Carb of McCucken, who gets overtaken by Atom, and the man who had such a good start in Kota, but lost out. They're 3-1 again. No, they're not. Raza on the outside, making contact, nearly getting front wing damage. Tomos losing 2 places in 1 corner. Raza getting a drift there through the Skidder Largo, nearly having a spin there at the hands of Emon McCucken. Absolutely mental. As we head down the order here, look at this, they're all concertinaing up. This is, I've never seen anything like this. As we head through, this looks like a Formula E race when they're all trying to not be in the lead, but also stay near for the lead. Just down the inside for Power Swan, who's looking to go 1 better ahead of AJ Nolan, but not going to make that move stick. We have the Alpine here ahead at the moment. Look at them all right under each other's diffusers. I've gone the wrong way on the camera, but the Haas in the lead. What a race Elite Bleeder's having ahead of Nanu Star and Tomos. Elite Bleeder, who had a pretty good Abu Dhabi, if I'm not mistaken, ahead of Nanu Star, who is consistently up there, but needs to be a bit higher up today. He needs to take the win and the fastest lap, and he needs the Ferraris to not score a point in order for him to take the championship. But Raza Gamer getting ahead of the V-Carb of McCucken, and Jammy getting involved as well. He gets ahead of the Honda-powered V-Carb. And now Night Owl is going to be the next one to maybe make a move on the V-Carb of McCucken. But heading up the hill behind that, Wall Leader is leading a little trolley train here. Ahead of Power Swan, AJ Nolan. McCucken, AJ Nolan's teammate, got passed by Night Owl. Night Owl has flown past him, said twit-twoo, said toodaloo, and gone past, heading into the Big God Debato. He's up in 7th. Emon McCucken, he also loses out to Wall Leader. What on earth is happening with Emon McCucken? He's losing places, and someone tells me he's undercooking, as he looks like he's got salmonella. He's been passed by everyone. Been passed by Power Swan. He's now under threat from AJ Nolan, who now has an army of cars behind him. It could be 3 wide. Could it be 4? I don't know. The V-Carb side by side. They're 3 wide. The Williams on the outside of Lloyd. McCucken, same as in Kota, great start, but just losing positions early in the race. It also happened in Las Vegas as well. Contact round for the Aston Martin of Ballpond Boy, and the man with one of the greatest names I've ever seen has been spun round at the Center S, and he now heads around the cover to Seoul with a rather upset Seoul. Is heading into the Retro Poster. What on earth is happening here? As the Alpine goes around, Surachek. No, he saves it, but... And now the McLaren goes all the way off into Portugal. I don't know where he's going there. But we have Surachek, McCucken, Liam Mack, all swapping positions. Nanu Star's taking the lead back in all that chaos. I didn't even see that. As there's Rom Lawn. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's really slow. But yeah, Elite Leader in the Haas then. He lost the lead while I was watching all that chaos. So I wasn't able to cover that. But look at the absolute gaggle of cars here. And I'm not just saying gaggles to make a pun about Max Gaggles from ALR. I mean, it is a proper army of cars at the moment heading around this short racetrack that first held an F1 race back in 1991, and now down the inside for Jammy, ahead of Razagamer behind the Ferrari Jammy now setting after his championship rival, 4th and 5th, replicating 1st and 2nd in the Drivers' Championship for D3 of Ground Effect Racing League. They head into this Retroposter, then the Ski del Lago, as the number 13 Ferrari Atom. He needs luck today, but with the number 13 there's a whole history of not luck associated with that number. But the number 99 Ferrari ahead of the number 99 Sauber, as the numbers in game show. Number 69 top of Thomas in the green Aston Martin, ahead of the 2 red Ferraris, then ahead of the other green car that isn't an Aston Martin but is rather a Sauber, soon to be Audi in the F1 26 game, as also there'll be 22 cars on the grid next season with Cadillac joining, so that'll be good to watch, although there won't be any V8s carried over for WEC, which is a shame. But heading down then, we have the Ferraris catching up to the Aston Martin, but also the Ferraris in a little inter-team battle on their own. That kind of means a lot, as D3, the championship in D3, is decided within the Ferrari garage, unless the leader can put in the fastest lap and stay in the lead, ahead of Elite Leader, ahead of the Aston of Thomas. We have Liam Matt getting passed by one of the Alpines of Suracek in the battle for 13th. I have this camera for the Aston Martin, which I'm slowly growing to love. They head through Ferragura and the Cava de la Regina, and then they head through turn 8, then through the Pinheirino, and then into the Bico de Bato, and then the Ferraris battling behind that. It's nearly a move there by Jammy, and he's actually really close to his teammate. That's the closest the Ferraris have been since Kota, from what I remember. So let's see, can they keep it clean? What's going to happen then? The Ferraris, round 1 of the season finale in their battles, happens here on lap 9. On to lap 10. The Ferraris in a battle. The Mercedes of Elite Leader loses the lead. The Mercedes of Nanusar loses the lead to Elite Leader. No, he doesn't. Elite Leader gets fended off by the Mercedes. There's someone going. There's a couple of people in the pits. Freedom, Surajak, Lloyd, and Emil McCucken all in the pits, as well as one of the Aston Martins, if I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken. As Nanu gets overtaken by Elite Leader. Elite Leader takes the lead ahead of Nanu Star, and if I'm not mistaken, that could be his first win in Ground Effect Racing League. The Ferraris, though, getting within inches of each other. That is so scary to watch from the helicam. And as they all concertina up into the Pinheirino, which is this corner here, this U-turn that we're looking at there, into this corner known as the Bico de Bato, which is so fun to say. But meanwhile, back to this fun, frantic action here. We have the Ferraris within inches of each other. I don't think the Ferraris can be that close to each other unless they're in the garage together. But the Ferraris now heading over the straight, or the curve all the way around to the finish line, and a couple of people in the pits. Nanu in the pits. Then and here comes Jammy, though. He's gonna go for the inside on his teammate. Can Jammy get ahead of his championship rival? Yes, he can. He does it with a great move. Stunning move by Jammy. He put the jam on the bread on all 4 corners. That's beautiful. What a move at turn 2, although Atom's not having that easily. Oh, I guess he'll have to lay down and accept it then, because Jammy up into P2. If Jammy finishes first, Atom, though, he has to finish second. So, if Jammy takes the lead now, he would be in the lead of the championship provisionally. But he would have to stay in the lead, obviously, but Nanu, being one of the first ones to pit, he was one of the first ones to pit in Australia, but obviously that strategy didn't work out for him. But I don't know if this is a different scenario, if he's gone for a different setup that suits tyres better, or what. I guess we'll find out. As Atom gets squeamish over the curb there, I reckon he's struggling on those medium tyres. The option tyre for the start of this race becoming a weakness for the people on the prime tyre, which is the hard tyre, this white tyre that Power1's on. As the Freedom 46 car gets a 3-second penalty, which will be added to his race time at the end of the race. over the line for the Mercedes, who gets ahead of the Ferrari of Atom. Jammy, I think, is in championship winning position now. No, he's not. Atom has to be 5th or lower for Jammy to take the championship from 2nd. As Jammy has to finish 4th or higher to win the championship. He's going to take the lead and go up into championship winning position. Elite Bleeder gets a little tab and gets down to 2nd place. Jammy leads the race and provisionally leads the title here in Ground Effect Racing League, here in Division 3. Can Elite Bleeder catch up to the Ferrari? They both have the same engine, but obviously they're different entries. This Haas entry utilising Ferrari engine parts, while the Power to One Mercedes being the highest car in the top 4 without a Ferrari engine. And the highest car in the race without a Ferrari engine, should I say, provisionally. But they all still have to make their pit stops. Actually, I should probably put that on the screen, shouldn't I? Oh wow, Power to One's got up 10 positions. Liam Mack's got up 9, although helped with the pit stops. But yeah, we'll put that up on screen then. Those are the tyre life things, so we'll know who has stopped all of this contact between Power to One and Elite Bleeder. The battle for 2nd between the Toyota and the Mercedes is heating up. Obviously, it's kind of a Toyota, but it's also a Haas at the same time. But anyway, they head down the straight into turn 4. And side by side, Elite Bleeder gets passed by Power to One. Power to One has gone up 1 more position, which is the one that's 1 lower than the P1 position. That was a mouthful. Say it's wide for AJ Nolan. He can't afford a mistake. Come on. He needs to learn from his mistakes and put that learning into his race performance. Because look at the pace he has. He's P5 again. It's another thing where he's in the top 7, potentially top 5, maybe even top 3. But there's always that one mistake that costs him, and he needs to reel in sometimes. Maybe back off the throttle that one time. You know, understeer. Or try and put the throttle down a little bit, light on. Other times, just go a little bit conservative to make sure he doesn't punish himself with the harshest crime. But meanwhile, we have Razagamo, who's currently, I think he was one of the ones to pit, wasn't he? Back with Tom Oz and with Nanu, who's up in 7th. In the pits for AJ Nolan, who gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I just said about his mistakes. He's got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane, depending on how fast he was in the pits. Depends if he can argue it. But yeah, we head down. There's heading through the curve of the Sol with the Williams of Lloyd. He's looking. He got passed by Nanu on that straight there. I must have missed that. My bad. As we have freedom getting ahead of AJ Nolan. It's very tight with the Williams there, isn't it? But Power to One currently ahead of this battle with Elite Bleeder. The only 2 medium runners in the race at the moment. Everyone else is on the prime tyre hard option. As yeah, the 2 people on mediums at the start of this race, looks like Atom. Those mediums look like they die off quick, because Atom went from powering up the order to then falling down backwards in a way. I reckon if this was real life, I don't know if those little grainy bits count as blisters or not, but I can see little rough edges. And into the pits for both Elite Leader and Atom. So off the mediums they both go. So Atom into the pits behind Elite Bleeder. Let's see where he comes out relative to Nanu. Nanu's well ahead. Nanu well ahead at the moment. So I don't know if Atom leaving it that long to pit onto the new hards, that could have been the right call, but it also could have been the wrong call. But Nanu, he's on full up hard. He's on full up hard, so he must have started on mediums as well, same as Atom. So maybe Atom is trying to reverse the order come the end of the race and take those tyres fresher for longer. For the latest stage of the race, which is something that Nanu were at the pleasure of. Look at this train of cars. I didn't even realise there's a massive train of cars forming. So it's a Liam Mack trolley train. Look at this, 3 wide nearly as they head down into the Jun Sao corner. What on earth is happening here? The Mercedes side by side, Nanu fighting for the podium with Liam Mack, rising over the hill. The Sauber ahead of the Mercedes, not for long. The Williams now going past him. The Aston Martin all go past him. Everyone passing Liam Mack, including his teammate. That whole batch of cars is now gone ahead of Liam Mack. Incredible stuff, as he's the only one in this race that hasn't pitted bar the top two. AJ Nolan, an elite leader, side by side. They're 3 wide into turn 1. What a battle this is! Elite Bleeder with GRL Atoms just behind this as well. Side by side, this round! Elite Bleeder! That's such a shame! Elite Bleeder's in the wall, he's backed in the wall, that'll be real wing damage, surely. Freedom as well is out. Freedom, well, he's not out, but he's not as free as he was back up in 11th or 12th, which is where Atom is now. Oh my lord, that was a big spin, and that is such a shame for Elite Bleeder. He was having such a good race, but he just got turned into, it looked like he just played a game of Twist there. Played a game with Twister there, through the curve to Soul with Freedom. Looked like he got on top of the curve and then maybe lost the car into the side of the Williams, who now lies down in the last of the finishing runners. Obviously Rom Lawn isn't running yet, or isn't running at all now. Don't know what I mean by running yet, he's not. Anyway, we head down the straight here as Atom ahead of this batch of cars. He's the highest guy in the non-points paying positions. But we also go back to this battle here with the Mercedes of Nanu slowly trying to pull away from Lloyd, but Lloyd is also trying to pull away from Thomas, who's trying to pull away from Raza. Raza also has to watch out because Night Owl's there. There's battling in the background with Raza's teammate, who's trying to hold off the Alpines, and there's a safety car. And well, the Haas's Elite Leader has crashed on the straight. He's crashed on the pit straight. What on earth has happened to Elite Leader on the main straight? That is such a shame for the Haas driver, having such a good race. And he's now out of it. As you can hear over the VC, he agrees with me with the fact that I don't know if stream can hear you or not, Elite Bleeder, but yeah, if in case they can't hear you, Elite Bleeder, not very happy with the Williams there. Yeah, it's such a shame, but yeah, I guess that's racing. Here's the final round, so I guess he can come back stronger next time. Put that pace from Brazil into whatever the first round is for next season. But yeah, that is a shame, but he's gone in the wall in the pit straight. I'm not too sure how he DNF'd there. I don't know if the Williams maybe hit him, or I don't know if he just spun on his own, but everyone's coming into the pits now. Jammy, can I just highlight, has just had an absolute... Oh, he's on intermediates! Oh, is Rain's involved today? This is why I need a radar in commentary. The side-by-side of the pit lane with the Sauber and the Haas, both side-by-side of the pits. What on earth is happening here? Everyone going to intermediate tyres. Rain is falling, and Atom has been royally ruined by that safety car. Jammy is absolutely loving life, and he's probably got he's probably got a jar of jam in his hand right now. Scooping it out of the tin. I think Power Twan, was he ahead or was he behind? I'm not too sure. But yeah, what on earth has happened there? So Atom in 10th, he's now got it all to do. Emon McCuckin and Freedom staying out on the hard tyres. Interesting. Are they waiting a lap later to maybe get their tyres more in check for and maybe not overheat the tyres? Because it is falling, but remember, the track doesn't get wet that quick sometimes. It can take time for the track to get fully wet and fully rained on to then start to cause problems where you need the intermediate tyre, need the treading. But yeah, that is interesting that the men in 6th and 7th haven't pit. Hey, it's a shame. I don't know if there's anything in chat, any other predictions or anything like that we can get for today. I'm sure I need to have a look in GroundEffectRL recently chat. But yeah, no, what an absolutely mental race so far. But the Ferrari battle, as you can see, has been upset majorly by that safety car. Majorly. As, what was it? Atom, as Jammy's just overtaken Atom under the safety car. Not too sure what's happened there. But yeah, I just noticed that Atom and Jammy have swapped places behind the safety car. The Mercedes are now 2 and 3 then after that. Then comes the Haas of Night Owl, Raza Gamer, Emon Cooking, Freedom, Liam. Then comes Lloyd, Atom, More Leader. Then behind More Leader by a long shot is one of the Aston Martins. Then comes the other Alpine of Surajek. Then comes the other Aston Martin of Bond Boy, Born Bond Boy. What a name again. And then comes AJ Nolan at 15th, who looks like he's struggled with that safety car, and that's 10-second penalty that got early in the race. There's debris flinging up from the curb. I thought that was contact between two drivers there. But yeah, this is turning out to be one of the most thrilling races I've ever seen here in GroundEffectRL Racing League. Yeah, they're heading through here with a beautiful camera angle. As we head through, the Alpine's going very wide there. That's more leader leading the charge on the high line of that corner, and he nearly runs into the back of Atom. But yeah, so safety car, I reckon safety car will be out for one more lap to let those two at the back catch up as Bumble Boy. Oh no, safety car's in this lap. Interesting. That normally, well, that could be out. Right, here we go then. Well, I guess I should say this now in case there isn't any other safety cars. Anything can happen in motorsport, and of course, it usually does. But the expected things normally don't happen. So keep your eyes peeled, get ready for what could be the last stint of GroundEffectRL Racing League in D3. We're away again in the wet here at Brazil, and there's swapping places already. People pitting straight away. That's More Leader and Emo McCookin, who went on the hards. No, that's Freedom and Emo McCookin, both of the pits, so the hard tyres were not the right choice. They've made a green flag pit stop, and now Atom starting the charge back up the order. He's taken 2 places off the line because of those two pitting, and now he's trying to get up into 7th place, but he has to watch out because the Aston Martin behind, looking very punchy. Night Owl gets ahead of Nanu, and there's wide. What else is happening here? 3 wide with Atom, and I think Liam Mack just went really wide, kicking up debris there. But yeah, Atom staying in 8th because Thomas just snuck through, so Liam Mack has lost about 5 places from that, and Thomas now way ahead of the Ferrari, the Aston Martin down the inside of the Alpine. Very opportunistic move by Born Boy, who's looking very boisterous in that Aston Martin, and he now splits the Alpines. The other Aston Martin is getting a little bit of hassle by the championship leader, side by side, heading around the Murillo, I think that's what it's called, and into Junsao. There's another virtual safety car for Emo McCookin. McCookin's round, and no, it isn't freeze frame. He's round just before Ferragura. I'm not too sure how that's happened. I don't know if him and the Williams may have collided, I'm not too sure. But it's only a virtual safety car, not a full one, so it's essentially a full course yellow for all you WEC fans. So it's a full course yellow, and yeah, that's very interesting. As yeah, they head through them. So Atom making a bit of progress on that restart, but not a lot. But yeah, they head through. Beautiful camera angle. Already got a shot of that camera angle, so I don't need anything more from it. But yeah, very decent race at the moment. Very quality. But yeah, also the Haas of Night Owl. Both Haases today are looking very punchy. Elite Bleeder in the early stages, punching the Mercedes up top. Then oh, and McCookin's out. McCookin's retired from the session. But it looks like he's done it in a safer manner than Elite Bleeder did. So no cautions raised. But yeah, now we have as green flag, full course yellow averted. We're away again here in GroundEffectRL Racing League. Look at this, both Aston Martins in a bit of trouble here, and in a lot of noise, similar to their V12 in WEC. But the noise is coming from all around them, as for the Ferrari looking to pounce at Thomas, and Born Boy having to fend off More Leader. But both Aston Martins having a bit of a wake-up call there. Looked like they were both caught napping. Raza Gamer looking on the inside of Night Owl to try and catch him napping in the night, but not going to work for the moment. The Aston Martin behind the Ferrari of Atom, who's trying to catch up further up the order. He's got to get higher than this, but Jammy in the lead at the moment. That means Atom has to finish right behind him in second to get the championship from him. But he's kicking up debris there from the curb, and he's trying to reel in the Aston Martin in front, but he's also got another Aston Martin right behind him, so he's going to have to watch out for that. But meanwhile, the Haas here looking to have another shot at the CrowdStrike Mercedes. So the Petronas Mercedes versus the Toyota Haas. and they're both heading through, and nearly a rear lock up there for Night Owl. Night Owl versus Nanu. This is a battle I didn't expect to see. As we head through into Junsao, and there's a very big loose moment there for the Haas. Very close to spinning the car. As we have Night Owl ahead of Nanu Star, or no, behind Nanu Star, should I say? But is he going to be end up ahead? Is he going to end up ahead of Nanu Star by the end of the straight? Not too sure. Atom under pressure from Bon Boy. I'm surprised about that. I would have thought it would have been the other way around. It would have been this Aston Martin that the Ferrari would be battling, but no, Bon Boy taking it to the championship leader. Jammy, if Jammy finished 4th, then Atom would be fine right now. But if Jammy won or got 3rd or higher, Atom would not win the championship. So, meanwhile, we have the Haas here and the Mercedes as well. The other Mercedes, a powered Swan, trying to catch up to the Ferrari. We ride on board with the German manufacturer who's trying to catch up to the Italian manufacturer. Meanwhile, we have the American with the Japanese branding with the Italian engine. A big fusion of stuff, and they're also based in Rome, which is mental. But having a look down the inside of Night Owl is Nanu Star, but not going to make the move stick as they head down the hill into Junsao. But nothing's changing at the moment. They head out nearly loose there for Night Owl. That's also going to invite Raza Gamer, so we got a little trio forming here between these three here in the rain here in Sao Paulo. It's a wet Sao Paulo season finale. This reminds me a lot of 2012, which was the first race that got me into F1. That's the first big move that Night Owl has made on Nanu since the restart. And he's going to try and get past Nanu Star to take the podium off him, but he's straddling that curb and nearly going round here. But Nanu Star, under pressure from the Haas, is he going to be able to make the move? No, he's not close enough. But the Aston Martin looks like he can make a move. No, I'm wrong on that one as well. As we head down the straight, we head into Ferragura then, and we have the Haas here currently trying to catch up to the Mercedes, but no moves being made at the moment. He runs to the back of Nanu being run to the back of, heading through turn 8 and into Perino, that's how I say it. Perino, that's how you say it. As meanwhile, we have we have Nanu and Night Owl. There's yellow flags. There's here Williams, or Alpine that is, who are, looks like they've Constantina'd up here, heading out of that corner, which is a shame for them. And there's a round moment there. Is that AJ Nolan going slowly? It is. Or there's yellow flags for AJ Nolan anyway. So we have Jammy leading the championship provisionally. And we have the Haas trying to catch up to the Mercedes. We have the Aston Martin trying to hold off Lloyd, which he's doing for the moment, but it nearly went to ruin. Atom there, trying to stay ahead of Bon Boy, but Lloyd there ahead of Atom. And then Raza Gamer, who's also behind the Haas in the old school livery, and there's lots of straddling of that curb on the exit of Ski del Lago. 7 laps into the rain affected period here in Sao Paulo for the Scuderia Showdown here in Sao Paulo, heading around Perino, and then heading out we have Thomas, Lloyd, Atom, Bon Boy, we have Morlido, we have Surchet, we have Liam Mack, we have AJ Nolan, then we have Freedom, but we have Jammy in the lead, who's currently leading the championship ahead of Nanu Star. Right, back. And back to commentate on the season finale here of Ground Effect Racing League in Division 3 here at Sao Paulo. We have Night Owl ahead of Raza Gamer trying to make a move on Nanu Star, but it's not going to quite work here. 10 laps to go here for the 3rd division of Ground Effect Racing League this season. The Alpines are battling. Jammy loses the lead. Big for the championship. Jammy loses the lead, and now Atom has to only finish 5th or higher for the championship today. but he's 8th and he needs to at least get 3 positions, or he needs Jammy to lose 2. But Jammy losing the lead to Powertwan. Powertwan dipping his legs into the championship and causing a stir as Perherino, should I say, for this trainer cars. As a big moment there for the Williams and Lloyd, who had a little bit of a looper under traction. But at Nanu Star, so the Ferrari and a Mercedes sandwich, you could call it, actually no, I'm not gonna, I was about to say you could call it Bathurst, but no, it'd have to be a Mercedes in between two. Never mind. Anyway, we head through with the Haas of Night Owl. He's currently behind at Nanu Star. And, oh, he nearly goes off the track there. He's trying to stay so far in his slipstream. They all break into turn 1, into the center S of turn 1 and 2. Then into the curve of assault, which is this long third corner where Jammy got ahead of Atom earlier on in the race with a great move on the outside. What a move by Jammy, by the way, as he really humbled Atom with that. And Atom hasn't really been able to respond. Atom really got ruined by that safety car, as that safety car really ruined his strategy. I think Atom was trying to go long onto some intermediates, but obviously that didn't work for him. And he then fell really far back, and is now stuck here with the Williams and the Aston Martin with 9 laps to go. But he needs to get up ahead of Razak Gamer to maybe get ahead of the Sauber driver, as heading through the 2 Mercedes, the top 2 very far away from the man in third. The man in third though holding up a bit of a train at the moment. He's got 4 cars behind him within about 3 seconds of each other. So we got Thomas within 3 seconds of Nanu, I reckon. So Nanu looks like he's under pressure here, although Night Owls, Razagamer, Thomas as well, they could also be under pressure soon. Razagamer looks like he could maybe shape up for a move. Is he going to go for it? No. Night Owls though, not able to make a move. They're all just stuck in a little train here, not able to do anything or move the dirty air enough on 25, really ruining any possibility for any moves or anything like that. So it's a shame that there's no moves being made for the moment, as I think that's also what's harming Atom at the moment. It's Atom currently behind Lloyd, as there's big wiggles from Lloyd there, very twitchy, under traction. So I say it's Liam Mack and more leader trying to make a move, but not going to make it stick. Suracek gets a penalty. Where is Suracek, by the way? He is currently in P10. There's side by side there, Atom being nearly getting overtaken by Bonvoy. That's definitely what he doesn't need. The Ferrari. Oh, he gets hit by the Aston Martin on the back. The championship leader in a state of distress, heading round into Jinsao corner, where Glock went slow and gave Hamilton the title back in 2008. Jammy not losing places. Atom under pressure from the Aston Martin. That's the exact opposite of what should be happening right now for the owner of the league and the current leader of the championship. Well, the leader of the championship before this race started, but provisionally he's going to lose that lead of the championship. He's heading through turn 1, 2 and 3 for the 29th time of 36. We have 7 laps to go here in this season, and who will be the champion? We have AJ Nolan getting ahead of more leader, who pits. What tyres does he go on? Intermediates again. He's struggling with old intermediates. That could be crucial later on if people do decide to pit for new intermediate tyres. That could change the whole complexion of the race and make net strategy a good shout. But Atom, no matter what strategy he picks right now, he's under threat, because especially in the championship, because he needs to gain 3 positions, but he's nearly losing 1 position with Bonvoy, who could have made an? I'm just gonna call him Bonboy, who's currently trying to hassle Atom. And he's really wrestling Atom here. Atom needs to be catching up to this train, not be falling back into the Aston Martin's clutches. So that's such a shame for Atom. That safety car really ruined him, essentially, with Elite Leader having a bit of a crash after the incident here with the Williams of Freedom. Elite lead out having such a competitive race, and Bon Boy goes into the pits. That takes the pressure off of Atom, but now Atom has to try and catch the Williams and pass him now. He's got no pressure from behind. He has to make a move now to get any possibility of catching that train up ahead of him. AJ Nolan jumping Neston in the pits. So some of the back markers with nothing to lose are trying to see if intermediates to the end will help in terms of grip and help to deal with that dirty air that everyone is struggling with right now here in these wet conditions. As we have Night Owl, Nanu Star, Raza Gamer. This train has been going around for ages, but heading around the same corner now is the Williams of Lloyd and the Ferrari of Atom. The other Ferrari, Jammy, out the road as oh god, pardon me. Whoa. We have Atom. Oh, what was it? We have Bon Boy getting ahead of AJ Nolan already. He came out behind Nolan earlier on. He was about a second behind him. He's closed that gap straight away. The number 2 Aston Martin is on a roll in those new intermediates, but will it catch up to the same pit stop time and more? Probably not, who knows. But the mist is growing here in Sao Paulo. The end of the championship draws near, and with 5 laps to go here in this race, heading down the Skid Lago with the Haas for the 31st time. The man in first is currently ahead of the man who's in second in this race and second in the championship behind this man. But it looks like the positions are going to switch unless something drastic happens, unless Atom can get ahead of at least 3 more drivers, or unless Jammy can fall behind 2. It looks like the jam sandwich will be Jammy's, and the winner's trophy will be his, as the Aston Martin getting wide on the card there. Rotate. Oh, did the Aston Martin go round? Oh, he nearly did. I saw that then. The rear end kind of stepped out on him, and he's lost a lot of time from that. That could help Atom out later on in this race. As we have Nanu, then we have Jammy, then we have Night Owl, and Raza Gamer, who's just behind that, and Raza, I thought we nearly went round though, he's just rotated the car. So we have Atom. Ooh. Shit. Oh, pardon me. Anyway, sorry. I had a bit of a malfunction now with my throat. Anyway, we have Lloyd and Atom. Lloyd trying to fend off Atom trying to get past Lloyd, but this reminds me a lot of in 2010 with the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso and Vitaly Petrov in the Renault, who's holding up the Ferrari, stopping him from getting the championship. This is such a similar situation, because Atom should have probably passed Lloyd by now, but he's just not able to. He's really going to hinder his championship chances with 4 laps to go here in Ground Effect Racing League for the 9th season, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in these last few laps. Let's see. So, is anything going to change in this little trio? It's been the same for laps on end now, but nothing able to be done by Night Owl unless he makes a late dive, which he's going to do! A big move by Night Owl, and he block passes, and he's made it sting. What a move by the Haas driver! Bold under braking, last of the latest of the breakers, and he catches Nanu Star right off guard, and Raza thinking, oh, do you know what, that's helped me out here. He could also go for a move on the Mercedes. What a move into the podium for the Haas driver. I am in awe of that move. That's the thing that Atom needed to do earlier on the inside of Ferragura for Nanu here on lap 33 to get ahead of Nanu. So Nanu's championship chances are out of the window unless Nanu could somehow gain 5 positions and get the fastest lap and take the win. That will be very unlikely. But down the inside for Nanu, is he going to make the move into the Pico de Pato? No, he's not. Atom Raza revving around the outside of him and keeping the place ahead of Nanu. Absolutely mental. Now Tomoz almost getting caught out by how early Nanu breaks there. Absolutely mental. Speaking of, is this battle going to change? I don't know. Actually, it might do. This is the closest Atom speed for a while now. No DRS to help him out, just old school slipstream. Can he make a move? Can he do that late dive that Night Owl just did? Can he do it? We head into turn 1. Is he going to try the move? He's not laying off on the brakes. There's a spin though. That's an Alpine. That's more leader. That's Surcheck, should I say. He's gone off. Jammy though, still ahead by a long margin. We have the Aston Martin of Tomos looking to get ahead of Nanu Star. We also have this Ferrari struggling to get past Lloyd. It looks like he's dropped back a bit from Lloyd. From after I just cut away to one of the Alpines spinning. Looks like Atom's made a mistake as well. The championship hopes are sliding away. As what a move there by Freedom to get ahead of AJ Nolan. And luckily not getting into trouble like he did with the lead leader earlier on in the race. Meanwhile, we have, what do we have? We have Lloyd and Atom. We have this battle between Nanu, who I have to commend that move again by Night Owl. What a move! So late on the brakes. Got the car somehow to a, well, not to a standstill, but to a relatively slow speed to get around the corner. And positioned his car legally enough to stay ahead of Nanu in a block pass type fashion, and then just drove out of turn 2 ahead of him and caught Nanu napping there almost. That was that's one of the best pieces of overtaking I've ever seen. Never thought that move would have ever worked. No one's dared to try it. Even Atom after that happened wasn't brave enough to try it. It looks like Thomas has just had a little twiddle wink through turn 1 and lost some time. But yeah, Atom tried the same move on Lloyd and just wasn't late enough on the brakes yet. We had Night Owl steaming in like a little Thomas the Tank Engine steam train and taking the position with ease, it looked like. That was not easy, but he made it look like cheap as chips. I am absolutely in awe of that move, and I'm going to be shouting about that for a day or two. So, as Lloyd, it looks like Lloyd just went very slow there. Down the inside for Atom. Is he making a move stick? Contact between the Williams and the Ferrari. That's not the first time this has happened this year, but in real life with Hamilton and Sainz in Miami, way back when, Ferrari and Williams battling, and on the grass, Atom wide on the grass. He's got to do this again with 2 laps to go. The desperation starting to creep in for Ground Effect Racing League Atom 7-7. As over the line to start the final lap of this championship season, going to Powered Swan. If I'm not mistaken, this is his debut. So if this is his debut, he's done a really good execution of the race today. So very good from him. We have the, well, he's losing the car under grip there. So, yeah, he really lost the car. It looked like Jammy was actually caught up a lot to the Mercedes from that. But Mercedes with a bit more straight line speed able to gap him. And we have Russell Gamer catching back up to Night Owl, but as we've seen, Night Owl isn't afraid to go late on the brakes to keep his position. As somehow he can get the car stopped from even. I reckon he could get a cow on ice to stand still with that braking performance. As Barb Envoy is just overtaken the other Sauber of Liam Mack. Actually cuts that out. There's Liam Mack in the 13 Sauber, being overtaken by the Aston Martin, who's made a pretty decent race of it himself. Atom struggling. That's such a shame for him. He's not going to be able to clinch the title today. But out of the final corner comes Power Swan. He's going to come over the hill here, over the line, out of Junsao, and Power Swan will take the win here in Ground Effect Racing League in the finale. But Jammy behind is the world champion. Jammy in Division 3 wins the championship in Division 3 for Season 9 of Ground Effect Racing League. What an effect on the championship this man has had with his consistency. Also 700s over the line between Razza and Night Owl, just because why not. And then we have Nanu, then Thomas, then Lloyd, and commiserations to GRL Atom. Led the championship on the way into the race, tied with his championship rival in qualifying, and then got overtaken by him on the outside of turn 2 in a move that was similar to what Mozzie Boy did in Vantage Racing Team in V1 back in Season 7. In that race, in that league's championship, when Mozzie Boy ran the outside of turn 2 on the Ferrari of Chief Dankaroo. But here with the Ferraris today, Atom, on this rainy day, losing the championship to Jammy. Jammy wins the championship for GRL. What a race this has been. What a championship season this has been. It's been an honour to commentate on it. And it's pretty much made my Mondays for the last few weeks. So thank you very much, D3. You are very entertaining to watch race. So yeah, congrats to Power21 for what I believe is his first win in D3. And Jammy as well, taking the championship, obviously. Commiserations to Atom, but also very nice race by Jammy to take the championship. What the consistency this guy's had as well this season is absolutely mental. I have to congratulate him for that. And yeah, also, again, great move by our cleanest driver, Night Owl, who is on the leaderboard with Power21, Thomas and Liam Mack for the best honours in the race. What a race this has been. I'm going to invite people to Xbox Party for an interview. I can't invite Jammy, but I can invite Night Owl. So, yeah, I'm going to invite him now to a party. If not, I'm going to invite GRL Atom to a party. I'm just going to invite lots of people to a party for an interview for this championship season on this thing's finale. But yeah, Nanu's not on Xbox. No one has joined the party. Oh, here we go. Night Owl, hello, you're on stream. I just need to make sure of one thing, that I can actually, my stream can actually hear you. So let me just check that before I start asking questions. There we go, right. Can I just ask you one very important question? How on earth were you able to pull that move off on Nanu? That was some of the best braking I've ever seen. I said in commentary afterwards, I reckon you could get a cow and ice to stop after seeing that braking performance. How did you do that?
Just trusting myself to brake in time.
Okay, very straight answer. Damn it, I was hoping for more detail. But, yeah.
Just Kobe down the inside.
Yeah. it was beautiful. It was majestic. It was, whew, chef's kiss. But yeah, so how was that race for you? Were there any moments that stood out to you apart from that move?
Probably just the strategical bit on the first part, like just pitting early to hards and getting to the rain. Because everyone who started on medium, we all did the wrong strategy. Because the game said the weather was going to be between 30 minutes and between half an hour and 45 minutes, and it came. Then around when the race started, it said rain in 10 minutes. Like, we're fucked. We're starting on mediums. Yeah. Because we were expecting to go medium hard, then rain. But then rain obviously came a lot earlier than what it was said. But then it actually came up 20, so Jeff just fucking lied on the radio. So,
what mark is it's called now?
Same fucking thing. But, same AI bot.
Same thing. Yeah, you're an OG, I love you. But yeah, commiserations as well, Atom. How's this championship season been for you? And also that safety car really didn't help you at all with the leap leader and Freedom colliding, causing a safety car and essentially ruining your strategy, putting you in 8th and struggling to get past Lloyd's. Just talk us through a little bit on what tonight's has had on you.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really cost me from that. It was just a strategy mistake. I mean, the approximate weather thing on the game just said it will only rain at the end, and then it came down a lap 15. So I knew from there it was over. It was, yeah, it was over from there basically. Like, I think I had good pace. I think I could have, in the dry, could have certainly been top 3. But because it was only going to rain, it said at the end, I've put on a dry set, and it was more than 50% of the race was wet. So, I mean, yeah, couldn't do anything there. Then I was behind Lloyd, then he went back on the racing line and chopped my wing off just to top it all off. So, yeah.
Oh, is that what happened in turn 2? I think I missed that because I saw one of the Alpine spins, so I had a look at that, and then I just saw you two go.
Yeah,
but I didn't see your front wing brake. I must have missed that.
I was just, he obviously reacted to it, but yeah, obviously when I'm on the track.
Yeah.
That's not ideal, but I mean, Jamie deserves it. But yeah, I would have liked to at least see him at the end of the race.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think? You're gonna come back next season and battle, or are you moving to Tier 2? What's the plan for next season moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we'll certainly move some people up because we'll probably have a division less. But yeah, I mean, most of the top runners in Division 2, I think, will be in Division 1 next season, and then the Div 3 lot will move up, at least top half. But yeah. I mean, I felt comfortable racing the Div 2s that were there today, until the rain hit, obviously. But it was a good race overall, I think. So.
Yeah, I just thought because it's the final race, I'll do some interviews. So yeah, but yeah. Now, Raza, you've had a great season, most wins of anyone in the season.
3 wins. Pretty happy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think it's because he missed a couple races and that cost him in the points, which is a shame. But yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, great campaign. Just talk us through tonight and also the season. Just talk us through it.
Yeah, I thought the pace tonight was pretty good. Obviously, I think we should have started Haas tonight because of obviously the Jamie and the other one. What's his name? The Merc.
Or Nanu.
No, the other
Nanu
one.
or Power Twom.
Power Twom.
Power Twom.
Yeah. They got lucky with the hards pretty much staying out with the safety car and that. So
Yeah.
kind of cost us. But betting early kind of worked.
Yeah, did play out for you a bit. Although also being behind Night Owl when he absolutely sent it like Postman Pat on Nanu.
funny.
Did that just like open up a door for you?
Yes,
or?
it did, because I actually got him a few turns later. Just got him.
I think Ferradura, if I'm not mistaken, you got him. The uphill one. So
Yes.
yeah, no, it was bad because for like about 5 laps or 6 laps before that, you were just stuck in a little like
Train, pretty
little
much.
train and you couldn't move at all.
And
'cause
that
of the
Tomo
dirt,
that Tomo guy was literally behind me, and he just lost pace.
Yeah, I think that's what caught
Also another thing.
Atom out.
Atom, let me stay in Division 3, please. No, get me in Division 3.
Yeah, if I'm going up, you're going up. I can tell you that. Can put you Div 1 though.
No, not with Dusty. Not with Dusty. Not a chance. I will complain. There's all the sweats in there. I do.
Sounds good. Aye. Interviews Jammy. Wait, Jammy, you on Xbox if you are invited to the parties.
It's got a PC. You should just join it with the Xbox app.
Oh yeah, it's on PC. Yeah.
they got the same nap time in quality as well. That was even more crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was mental one as well. Talk us through that one as well. Atom, getting the same time as your championship rival
Yeah, I was
in
like,
qualifying.
on the lap, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so bad, and I saw it was like 12. I was like, I'm less than 10th up, so I'm gonna probably be like 5 places behind Jamie. And then I look at my time, it's at 4:19. I was like, the time I think is pretty close to Jamie's because he also had something around there. Then I checked.
The irony of that sentence. Oh, I think it's pretty close. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
No, he drove really well today. To be fair.
Yeah. Also, I want to ask as well, when you're battling Jamie, like at lap 9 or lap 10 when you're battling him at the San Andreas, like, because your teammates, do you take any extra caution or do you just race him like any other person?
I mean, I tried to not hit him off. When I was ahead of him the first few laps, I thought about breaking the DRS train so the top 4 could escape, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I decided against it because I felt I had good pace, and I didn't think the rain gods were that evil this day. Obviously tried to not make contact, and I think we did quite well. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't change anything. Like, I respect Jamie a lot, the driver, so I think he's done really well. And he now has to deal with the mental issue of not winning a race, but winning a championship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he hasn't won a race all season long, and yet he's clinched the championship.
Yeah. What? I said
Do you know,
before I said before the season, Jamie should walk this. Didn't quite walk it, but he won. So at least that was correct.
he stumbled it. But yeah, I would say that's the first time I've ever heard someone not win a race and win the championship. But I have to say, I have had another occasion like that in the Formula Asphalt. Driver AJ Curtis, his highest finish was second as well, and he was able to clinch the championship in that league's season 3 on F123. So yeah, I guess, although Jamie is a lot faster than AJ Curtis in terms of one lap pace anyway. But yeah, no, it's been great to commentate on it anyway, and yeah, I don't know if anyone else wants a quick chat, Power 20 chat saying GG, fun race.
Well, I've replied to Jeremy. I don't know if he's read it about the experience. He has read it.
Yeah.
He replied to my God. I don't know what that's supposed. Is this yes or no? I don't know. I think if he doesn't join the interviews, we should deduct him 3.5 points.
Yeah. Nah, media training has to be done for F1 drivers. So yeah, nah. Jamie, go.
I've got one last chance because I said I think a couple of people crossed the pit line entry. But...
Oh dear. Oh.
You're literally going to be going through the entire season.
Nah, I had it on my
what can I
stream. I had it on my stream. I saw it like they're going in quick there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been good. I think I don't know if I'll be able to do it like weekly, like I've been able to do it for this season. But when I can make it, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Okay. Jamie sent me his thing. Maybe I can invite him.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So it'll be good to have the Scuderias in here, and also, it was unlikely, but were there any other thoughts of maybe Nanu somehow clinching the title from you two, or was he just kind of like any other driver in this race?
I mean, you should have heard me in my VC. He was cheering Nano on to get after Jamie, but he was not quick enough.
Nah, you ended up getting swallowed up by the Daniel Ricciardo dive, but I need more angles on that
I literally said in the VC, I said like, why is Nightowl not ahead of Jamie? Nightowl's every time he's so quick in the wet, and then he's behind Jamie. That's like, that's serious. I guess I shouldn't rely on others.
We got
Speaking
stuck
of Jamie,
yeah. I mean, I can't really blame you for my loss. Fuck.
Oh god, this is turning into banter hour here at Brazil. Yeah, speaking of Jamie, the season 9 champion for D3, what do you have to say? Is he here? Good, right?
Well, that's
good to. God, that was very insightful. I thought you weren't going to stop there, mate.
I'm messaging him again. He can't unmute his mic.
He's in the party. He's just not. He's got no thing on.
He can't unmute his mic. That is an issue.
But Twitch, I've got it in general. I think. It's just a segment to win balance, so I can't be asked. Say now. I'll text Jamie in party. Hang on.
Ask your questions. He can type. Oh, great! It's turning into a podcast.
Yeah. Right, Night Owl's left, and he's dive bombed it out of the session. Jamie's also left. So the champion, obviously too busy to give 5 minutes for an interview. Anyway, yeah, no, decent race, and yeah. So what is season 10 starting next week, or is it a week break? Or?
Wait, he wants another invite. Look, I can't type and think at the same time. Yeah, it's the driver draft next week. Well, the drivers get allocated by the TPs, and then round 1 is the week after. So 6th October is the draft.
When's the calendar coming?
On the draft.
Okay.
Already been out. But I'm not leaving.
It better be a good calendar.
I've mainly let the other and still with it this time. So
Do Monaco as the first race. That would be great.
I better see Costa and Brazil on it.
Kota and Brazil, I think you may be lucky.
Yeah,
But
do you know, I think you should do Monaco as the first race, then Singapore as the second
No.
race, then Baku as the third race, then Miami as the finale.
wouldn't-
That would be great.
You know, I'm very happy you're not admin in my league.
Do you know what? I think we should have Sochi back on the calendar. Actually, maybe not that
To be
far.
fair, I didn't mind driving Sochi. Don't on the game, it wasn't that bad.
Sochi holds a special place in my heart for F1 2016 and 2015, causing crashes through like turn 1 and 2 in the wet. Like the AI would always crash, and it would always be the best part of the day.
Yeah, I had the game, but I don't think I remember anything from that.
Yeah, honestly, that my entire childhood was just crashing cars in Sochi in F1 2015-16.
Well, oh, Jamie thinks he's fixed it. I'm gonna send him another, right?
Technical difficulties for our World Drivers'
Only
Champion.
a few. I wish he would take that long on the track.
Yeah.
I mean, the championship lead switched quite a few times the last 2 races.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. Hello, he's it. Can we hear him? Can we hear him? I can't. Oh, unless you can just type things in
He said
text or something. Oh no,
he fixed it.
his thing isn't grayed out now, so.
That's good.
I just can't hear him still. That's
Yeah, neither.
options. Noise suppression can stay off. Just do it in text, Jamie. Just do it in text. What? WD. Hang on. WDC. Champ. Thoughts. So.
Right.
So we'll wait for a reply from the Jam of Jam Sandwiches, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah, no, it's been decent today. Yeah. Also, big news. Simpsons is getting a second movie. 20 years after its first movie, it's getting a second one. I am absolutely buzzing. That's the best news of the entire year so far.
How many years since?
20.
20 years.
Apparently, it came out in 2005.
I was barely.
Oh no, it came out in 2007. So apparently, it's gonna be in theaters July 23rd, 2027.
Interesting.
Absolutely mental. So while yes, Jamie may be the champion, that isn't the big headline of today, I must say. Also, if anyone from Vantage Racing Team is watching, Nico, I just want to say to you, Badabagwe. Or Badabagwe, should I say?
What the hell?
Badabagwe. Badabagwe. It's something Spanish, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not too sure what it means.
Raza, where did you come? Did you come third, second? No, fourth.
He came fourth, behind Night Owl, but ahead of Nanu, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Nana dropped off.
Yeah, Nanu got swallowed up, and then Tomos nearly swallowed him up, and then had a skill issue of his own. But yeah, that is pretty good. Alright, I think that will be me then for tonight. I'm gonna go clip that down, make a video of it, or send you the video, blah blah blah. And yeah, thank you very much for the SCURDARIA showdown tonight. It's been a great one. Stay I'm gonna sound like Das Games now. Stay dazzling. Anyway, I'm off. Ciao ciao and goodbye.